part two of the PS4, I guess you would call it white light of death or whatever you want to call it. There was basically an issue with this board. Not the board, but the HDMI port. So I said I was going to make a video of doing the exchange of the port, and I didn't do it because there's lots of them out there and it's time consuming. So anyway, it's installed. As you can see, that's the new one. I can get this to focus. Probably won't focus. There you go. As you can see, it's all soldered on, clear around, and it's working. That's the new one. So the old one I don't have here with me right now. It was in very bad shape, and basically it fixed the issue. So I recommend, if you're going to tear these down and fix the HDMI port, you know what you're doing. Don't just start picking at it, because this one here now has a cable issue. I'll show you in a little bit the issue on that. I also have pictures of it. Somebody was at this PS4 and did some damage. Didn't know what they were doing, and it's costing them basically fuses. I think the fuses, I'll tell you which ones they are. You give me a minute and I'll find the fuses on the board, the ones that are fried. Where are the fuses? Give me a Q-tip. So the fuses on the board that need to be replaced will be, holy crap, there's a lot of fuses on here. The main fuse that gives the Blu-ray player power, I do believe this is one of them. Right there. That one. There'll be the little tiny one. I think that one. Hang on a second. I could be wrong. Anyway, there's three little fuses on here. And actually, sorry. So here's one fuse. Right there. The other fuse is, holy smokes, right here. And I thought it was over here somewhere. Anyways, there's three fuses on here that are probably, one of them are probably bad, or two of them, or maybe all of them. But anyways, they put the ribbon cable, which would be this, in basically cross-threaded the teeth in there and turned it on, and they I'd say they did damage to the fuses on the board. Also, I'll show you the port on the board that's broke. It'd be this one right here. As you can see, it is broke. And they had the ribbon cable in there. When I took it apart, they had the ribbon cable in sideways like this, and it probably shorted out a fuse, and this cable won't stay in there. I tried taping it on just to pinpoint what the issue was. It was the cable. So this here needs a lot of work. The Blu-ray, the DVD drive is no longer any good. And if you want to fix it, you're going to fix a couple of these fuses. You're going to have to fix this. And you might as well just go out and buy yourself a new machine. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't touch. You do more damage, you guys. And it's not worth it. Now this machine he purchased secondhand years ago. So he's really not out much, but for the amount of money he's paid to fix this, should have just went out and bought a brand new one. So right now I'm going to put some thermal paste on here, and also some thermal paste. I already got it cleaned off right there. So that's the process I'm in right now. So the new HDMI is soldered on, and it's soldered on all the way around, and all those pins are soldered on. So that was an issue with the no signal to the TV. It was the HDMI port, and if it's not the HDMI port, usually it's the chip in here needs to be replaced, and that can be costly. It can be done, but it can be costly. So let me get this cleaned up, get the GPU cleaned up, and get some thermal paste on this. Okay, so now I got the GPU all cleaned up, as you can see, nice and shiny. Rubbing alcohol, very little, just to clean it up. And I got the thermal paste on the heatsink cleaned up. So now I'm going to apply some thermal paste. You know, a mess. And it doesn't really take that much. I'm going to put a little bit on there like that, because it was mostly watery when it first came out. So I'm going to put that on there like that. That should probably a little bit more than enough, but I'm going to set that on there like that. Actually, I'm going to grab a toothpick, and I'm going to mix it up because that was watery when it came out. I shouldn't have done that, but I did anyway. I don't think it'll hurt it any. So now I'm gonna put this back into the case. And as you can see, I got it hooked up to the TV here. Now I'm gonna let you know right now, right off the bat, the settings in the PS4 for this TV. It's not set up right. This TV is only a 720. It's set up 1080, and the size of the screen, they don't match up on this TV. So I'm not going to bother with the settings. It's not mine. So let's turn it on. It's turning on. Quite a little job replacing the HDMI ports on these. I wouldn't recommend anybody doing it unless you actually done it before. And if you've done it before, take your time. Don't just rip apart. So as you see, there's a PlayStation logo. And then this wants me update, and I'm not updating, so let's just turn it off. Everything's working good. Shutting down. So that is a quick fix for people that's having problems. You just plug in your HDMI cord and you're not getting any signal. I recommend checking the cord first, a couple of them. And if it don't work, check a different TV. If that don't work, And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be that HDMI port. And if it's not the HDMI port, then that 1% chance is going to be that little chip that's right here in front of it. So this PlayStation drive, CD drive, is no good in this because somebody was screwing around with the power cables and stuff and broke some stuff in there and turned it on and shorted it out. And I think they blew some fuses, so that sucks. So it doesn't accept any. See, the eject button don't even work. This don't even work. Oh, it's working now. That tape. See, that's what I'm saying. That tape I got on there, I showed you. I don't know how long it's gonna hold. What's gonna happen with it. But yeah, that's what happens when you let people at your stuff, you guys, and let's see if the eject button works. Jeez. So what, the eject button don't work now? So I can't even get it out. That's probably why that disc was in there, because somebody was at it and did some damage to this machine. But let's go and see if I can eject this out. Let's hold down and go to options. Let's back out of here. Let's go to, we'll just log in. So that cable is what's giving us the problem. I showed you that. And sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. I don't know. Maybe buy a new cable and put it in it. Probably be fine, so I don't know. Because the new cable's got them little tabs on each side of it. On each side of that cable, I guess it's called a ribbon cable. And each side of it, it's got little hooks. And they're broke off on this. And that's what was keeping that installed in there. And probably working. And I went and pulled it out. Unhooked the steel clip in the back and pulled out right. And I noticed it was just dangling there on the edges. So I know somebody was up to no good with this machine. I don't know if you can eject. I don't know. I'll probably have to get the kids to show me how to eject it. But the button's not working, and I wonder if that's just something I can fix too. Because I did not even know the drive was working. Because I went and plugged it in my room to test the HDMI port, and as soon as I plugged the power in, it came out. And I was like, well, that's odd, because I've never seen that happen. Even if there's a disc in there, and somebody just plugged something in, nothing was touching the eject, obviously, because the eject button's not working. So, yeah. Power button's working. Putting the PS4 in rest mode. Oh, I wonder what they did to the eject button. I'll have to take the bottom board off, or panel, and just look at it. But, touch it, don't do anything. So anyways, you guys, I guess the drive is working. I got the HDMI port working. It's been cleaned, blowed out with dust. I put new thermal paste on the GPU. It's good to go. Probably last another 100 years. Later.